Peace, world. It's your boy E Chiba for E Chiba TV, where we bring you the latest in hip hop news, culture, and everything in between. Today we got some shit on the menu. So a lot of things going on. Your man Pooh Shiesty, Gucci Mane. You know they saying Pooh Shiesty robbed Gucci Mane. I heard about this story probably like a month ago from Seti Nash and shit. But they saying Pooh Shiesty allegedly robbed Gucci Mane, pulled the Suge Knight on him, made him sign the contract, made him sign the paperwork over, get him off the release him off the contracts, and supposed to be in jail for it now. And I was lingering around for a minute, about a month and a half. They was talking about it, but nothing happened, so people thought it was just cap. But now, news report came out saying that Pooh Shiesty and about probably 7 other dudes kidnapped and robbed Gucci Mane. Kidnapped and robbed Gucci Mane. You know what I mean? Got a lot of people feeling different ways about it. Me, I really don't care either way. Shit ain't helping me. But check this out.
A very dramatic story. You gotta listen to this one. Justice Department is laying out some details about this crime involving some big name rappers, Gucci Mane, and 2 other industry pros who were apparently kidnapped and robbed, according to the Justice Department, by Pooh Shiesty, by Big 30, along with some others. A total of 9 suspects have been arrested. So here's what we know. These DOJ officials say Gucci Mane was lured into what was a fake business meeting in Dallas at a music studio that turned into what they called an armed takeover, where Mane and these others were held at gunpoint. This is back in January. They got robbed of their Rolexes, their cash, their jewelry. At one point, Gucci Mane was even basically forced to sign a release from a record label. Priscilla Thompson is joining us now. It is wild stuff, Priscilla. What else happened?
Yeah, Hallie, unbelievable, made for the movies kind of stuff. So Pooh Shiesty is signed to Gucci Mane's record label. So this business meeting was scheduled in January at a recording studio in Dallas, and Pooh Shiesty shows up with 8 other people. You mentioned Big 30, also his father was among those with him, and Gucci Mane shows up with 2 people. They're all in this recording studio together. Pooh Shiesty says to Gucci Mane, "Can we speak privately?" And he allegedly, according to this complaint, asked Gucci Mane to sign a release form that would release Pooh Shiesty from the record deal. Gucci Mane declined. They argue back and forth. Pooh Shiesty asks someone to bring him a bag and pulls out an AK-style pistol, according to this complaint, and demands that Gucci Mane sign this document releasing him from the recording deal. After that document is signed, then he goes on, Pooh Shiesty, to steal Gucci Mane's wedding ring, other jewelry, his wallet, and then the small group of individuals goes back out into the larger group that's in that recording studio, and apparently all 8 of the other men who were with Pooh Shiesty pull out guns and began demanding property from Gucci Mane and the men who were with them. So we're talking about Louis Vuitton bags, Rolexes, cash, wallets. There's even physical altercations where there are photos of people with scratches. At one point, the complaint says that there was a man who had a gun put to his head, and they believed that they were all going to be executed. But they were allowed to leave eventually, and then this investigation took place where you have all of this surveillance video in and around the recording studio, the hotels, the rental cars that were booked, and you also had some of these people posting the stolen goods on social media. But what's more, Pooh Shiesty was, according to this complaint, under home detention. So there's electronic evidence that he was at that recording studio when he should not have been. He should have been at home. So obviously these arrests were made. We know that 8 of the 9 men were arrested and have been charged with all 9 of them, though, charged with kidnapping and robbery. Hallie?
Can I just ask one question, Priscilla? I don't know if you know the answer to this, but presumably, if Pooh Shiesty had been under home detention, he would have known that, right? That there was an electronic monitoring situation happening on him?
100%. And in fact, Hallie, according to the complaint, there was a conversation with his parole officer who said, you are not where you're supposed to be. And Pooh Shiesty said he thought he had permission to leave and told the parole officer that he would be returning home.
So yeah, y'all see what happened? The news dudes just told y'all. Kidnapping, robbery, assault. It's looking bad right now, man. What I want to know is how they got all that information, and did Gucci Mane snitch? Y'all think he snitched? People saying he snitched. Check this out.
Oh my God. So paperwork has officially come out in this Gucci Mane Pooh Shiesty situation. The official criminal complaint has dropped. You know, I got a copy of it right here. Y'all know how I do. And man, boy, this thing is interesting because we had people saying Gucci Mane told on Pooh Shiesty, and this paperwork right here seems to confirm that notion, right? So I ain't gonna waste no time with this one right here. I'm trying to get it out. You can see we got the sealed file right here. It was filed March 30th. It's the criminal complaint. It says the complaint in this case states that on or about January 10, 2026 in the county of Dallas, the defendants violated code section 18 USC 1201 A and C, which is kidnapping conspiracy to commit kidnapping, right? It does have a brief introduction, and apparently this affidavit was in support of the application for the criminal complaint, right? So it says, Brittany Garcia, that's the FBI special agent that was working this case with the Federal Bureau of Investigation, being first duly sworn hereby depose and state as follows: that she's a special agent with the FBI, has been since 2022, which is, it goes over her special training. It says that she used various investigative techniques such as interviewing witnesses, interviewing defendants, conducting surveillance, and executing search, seizure, and arrest warrants. It says that this affidavit is her personal knowledge as well as information that was provided to her by other law enforcement officers and other individuals who have participated in this investigation. Okay, it names all of the people that were arrested, including Pooh Shiesty, which is Lontrell Williams Jr., his dad, and Rodney Wright, which is Big 30. And then it gets right into it, right? So I want to bring y'all's attention right here to the very first page, probable cause. It says on January 10, 2026 at approximately 4:50 p.m. victims, who will be referred to throughout this affidavit by their initials or collectively as the victims, and it's got some initials here, RD, MM, and BP, were kidnapped and robbed at gunpoint at a music studio located on Dallas Parkway in Dallas, Texas. And RD, people are assuming stand for Roderick Davis, which is Gucci Mane's real name, right? It says at approximately 1 p.m. on January 10th, the victims flew into Dallas, Texas alongside RD's head of security, referred to in this paperwork as CW, and other security officer that's referred to in this paperwork as TD, for a scheduled business meeting between RD and Pooh Shiesty, who has been signed to a recording contract for RD's music label 1017 since approximately 2021. So if there was any doubt that this is Gucci Mane, there isn't now, because I mean, what other RD is gonna own 1017, right? It says Gucci and Pooh Shiesty were scheduled to meet because Pooh Shiesty was upset with the terms of his contract and wished to be released from his contractual obligations. Pooh Shiesty had asked Gucci Mane to come to Dallas on this date so they could meet about business. At approximately 1:45, the security guards and the victims of this crime arrived at the scheduled meeting location, which was a music recording studio located within a larger office building. When the security and the victims entered the office building, they realized the recording studio, owned by an individual known as JN, was closed. While they waited for the studio to open, the five went to a liquor store and purchased liquor and plastic red Solo cups before returning to the studio. Pooh Shiesty's dad called JN, the owner of the studio, multiple times on the day of the meeting. At approximately 2:53, JN answered the phone and learned that Pooh Shiesty's dad was attempting to book a recording studio that afternoon for Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane to record music. At around 3:15, he opened the studio for everybody, and investigators later collected and reviewed surveillance video captured at another business location in the same office building on the same floor as the recording studio, which shows Pooh Shiesty's dad outside of the office building at approximately 3:27 p.m. on January 10th. Pooh Shiesty's dad appears to be speaking with someone on his cell phone before entering the building at or around 3:28 p.m. p.m. At approximately 3:39, an employee of the studio arrived to assist with production, probably an engineer. It says when the employee arrived, Pooh Shiesty's dad and him were standing at the back door of the office building, engaged in what appeared to be an argument over the phone. At approximately 3:43, Pooh Shiesty, his dad, Big 30, and a bunch of other people entered the east side of the office building. The target suspects, that's everybody that was arrested, walked through the lobby area of the office building before going inside the studio. One individual with a dreadlock hairstyle, later identified as Gibson, can be seen on video exiting the office building and shortly thereafter returning with a bag slung over his shoulder. Right, I got some pictures here. It says the 9 individuals entered the studio's control room, where inside the victims were watching a football game. One of the security guards was positioned in the studio lobby, while another one remained in the vehicle that they arrived in. Depicted below are photographs of the studio lobby, the studio control room, and the studio recording room, taken from the Dallas Police Department body camera, and crime scene photographs captured from the night of the event.
So yeah, I want to stop it right there, right? Y'all see what happened. Y'all see they got pictures, they got video, they got all kind of surveillance. And your man Pooh Shiesty was on fucking house arrest. These dudes be crazy, man. So, you see the paperwork, what y'all think? Y'all think Gucci snitch? It say RD, it don't say his name, but it say RD. Sound like Roderick Davis to me, but you know what I mean? I ain't the judge or the jury. So what it looked like, it's looking real nasty out here for Gucci right now, man. You know what I mean? Street cred is about to drop tremendously, if not already. But you know, all the Atlanta niggas right now is getting away with it. So 21 Savage, Gunna, Young Thug, all these niggas is rats. So get in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think about it, man. I'ma holler at y'all. Keep y'all updated on this. It's your boy EC for eTuber TV. I'm out.